So hello there. This tutorial is about how to install Parse Server and also Parse Dashboard. You all know that Parse Server is closing down by 27th of January 2017. Although they have announced that the priority to the Parse application are going to be lower uh, since 28th of April this month. So let's quick start how to make our DigitalOcean account and install their Ubuntu 14.4 and also Parse Server and Parse Dashboard. So first of all, let's log out from here. We need to create an account, or if you have already one on DigitalOcean, you can log in, but you can see the link below at the description. So if you want just to say thank you about this tutorial, you can actually sign up an account from my link because they have a referral account and you also get $10 free. So let's log in. And then we have to push create droplet. Droplet is actually something like a server when we can get in the console and we will write some stuff. So we would choose an image, Ubuntu 10.40404. It's don't choose the $5 a month, just choose the 10. You will actually be charged by the hour. It's almost 1 cent an hour. We choose the default at the New York, and now the additional options. We click user data because I will show you right now. Let's go and search now. Parse server DigitalOcean. Here is how to run parse server on DigitalOcean. This is a script to install MongoDB before you will add the script, so it will be installed before the droplet is being installed, the Ubuntu. So we copy these lines and we paste it here in data, user data. Private networking, backups and IPv6, it depends to you what you want to do. SSH key also, we create one droplet and at the host name I will put the name of my company, IRM, and the name of our application, Surtuki. Just to say a quick word, my company is IRM. I'm an iOS and web developer there. We started using Parse for one project, but since we heard after a month or so, we heard that it's closing down, and it was actually my decision to use Parse. So I'm the one that will have to make these changes, and I figured out how, and I wanted to share with you irm.gr from Athens to all over the world. Thanks a lot for your support. Let's now create the droplet. It takes almost 1 minute or 50 seconds to create the droplet. We wait now to be created. Now we have our IP address, and here there is some more. We push it and we access console. So now there is this pop-up. We wait for a bit. This pop-up here, it's like a console window, and here we can put some commands. Actually, when you create without the SSH, they go to your, then you have to go to your email, and they will send you the password. So here it is, the IP address, the root, and the password. Wait a second. So here we put root, and the password that there is on the left side, 346 C16 F8 2 F4 CFF D0. This console doesn't let you use copy paste, so you have to write it down by yourself. And now we have to change this password. We put again the first password, 346 C16 F82 F4 CFF D0. And now we enter a new password, so whoever tries to log in with the previous password, he won't get anything at all. So now we are okay, good to go. But as I said, because we have to copy paste a lot of stuff, we are not going to use this console panel on your Mac or on your Windows. I don't know what are you using. You have to open terminal here on your Mac and write SSH root at the IP address that your droplet is on. Enter. Yes, I'm sure I want to connect to this root, so I use the password of the droplet that I entered a bit ago, not the password of the Mac. So now we have entered successfully to this droplet. Now we are going to make some stuff here. We are on the main directory, okay, and now we download the setup of node source, all okay, and then nano is to open the setup or some other file. We will use that afterwards on parse-server and on Parse Dashboard a lot, so you should be familiar with nano and the file you want to open. Now, so here the file, and you push Control X, like it says here, exit, Control X to exit. Now we have to set up node. We wait for a bit so all the packages could be installed. Node.js is a must for parse server. It can't work other way. Okay, so now we have the next command. Actually, all the links, this link and the script link and the DigitalOcean link, I will include it to the description, so don't be afraid. I will guide you through step by step. Just follow some steps here and you will be okay. Actually, the parse server is has already one tutorial for DigitalOcean, and I'm going to make also parse server and parse dashboard, how to install parse dashboard to DigitalOcean. So now Node is processing, and we take that parse server example. So here there is the parse server example written by the parse server admins, developers. It has some deployment tutorials here from Azure, Heroku and stuff, and Scalingo. Don't know how it is. So we clone the parse server example. Okay, this was quick. We enter on the folder of the parse server example, and we hit npm install. npm is a command for Node.js, and we install the parse server example files in our machine. We wait for this bar to be completed. Let's open a bit the window. Okay, so if you see this tree here, it's all good, has been installed. And now it says you have to write npm start. Let's try it. Okay, but you have to do also something else. Uh, let's push Control and C. Control C. Let's see what files we have here. We have to go to index.js. So nano index.js, enter. And here we have to set the app ID and the master key. If you are familiar with parse, when you create one parse app, it gives you already one app ID and one master key, but here you have to put them yourself. So I put iremgr from Greece with love. Actually, I'm going to delete this droplet after the tutorial, so don't anyone try to go in to this server because it will not exist. So we push now Control X, so we exit and answer yes. We press Y and enter, and now it keeps our data saved. So let's write npm start again, so we know that this this package now works. We can go, can take the IP address, and now we're sure it works. Okay. Now what else? We have to post something, so we are sure that it's going to work. We open another terminal, new window. ocean. We come here, we take from the parse server example this one, this code here, we copy, and I suggest to open a text editor. I will open Xcode because we have to change some things here, like app ID, my app ID, the local host. We have to put the servers. Okay, I have already opened. Have already one from my tests. So now my app ID, iremgr, and the local host is the server IP. Now we are going to paste that, say URL, post. We are going to post to parse application with this ID, a contact type application JSON with score 1337, player name summit, cheat mode false. And the HTTP that is going to be posted, to be created, is this. So we paste it. Excellent. Now, object ID, we got our response. It has been created successfully at this time that I'm making the request. So now we have to, now everything is running, up and running at port 1337, the IP address of your server 1337. Now we have to install Parse Dashboard. It's very simple, although it has one only weird situation. Now let's open another one, another terminal. Let's open Grass. So the Grass is the Parse Dashboard. We copy the Git clone after we connect to our server, of course. We have to connect again. Yes, of course, I forgot SSH. And we put our password from the server. So we have successfully logged in. Now we go here. We go and you will push Parse Dashboard here, so you can go to the GitHub, GitHub Parse platform, Parse Dashboard. We are going to play with these commands here. Now let's run npm install gparse global, npm install global Parse Dashboard. Wait for it to be installed. Okay, we see the tree here, you know everything is working good. And now, as you can see, you can make your own configuration JSON. So here you configure the app. If you have many apps, it's like these apps. And it's a simple JSON file. But because we have not enabled SSH like HTTPS, we have HTTP basic authentication to our configuration file. So what we have to do now is to make a user inside our config.json. So we will say cd okay, ls okay. So now we put touch config.json. So we will create one JSON file and we will paste there the users. Okay, if we push now ls, the config.json file is being created here. Okay, and we put nano config.json. So here we will We'll copy go here to the blog of parse, copy this code here, it says apps and server, and paste it here. Now you have to go with the arrow, you have to put your app ID, which is iremgr, the master key from Greece with love, my app is Surtuki, and the server URL is going to have the IP address. Just to be clear, you can test it with localhost. I haven't tested, but one colleague said that it's going to be okay. Anyway, now we have to put a comma here, so we can put our users. Let's go to the GitHub of the parse, and here, like you see, apps, our normal apps, and deploying the dashboard with the users. Because of the HTTP security, we have to put this one here, copy, let's delete this one here, and paste. So we have now our users, user 1, let's say our user 1 is irem, and the pass is gr, and the user 2 will leave it as it is. So we put now control X, yes, Y, I want to save the changes, and now we can see here that we have to put allow insecure HTTP1 if our server does not support HTTPS. If it supports HTTPS, make sure that on the JSON file here you have to put HTTPS over here. So now we will follow a very simple exam of running parse dashboard dot help. So here it says that you have these options. We want parse dashboard to run with config.json allow insecure HTTP equals 1. Okay, so it says 000, but actually it's our server IP address. Let's try this. 4040 on the port 4040. So it asks now for a username and password. Let's say irem and the password gr. So we can log in. Very simple. And now we have our parse dashboard on our DigitalOcean server. Here it's the app name, the server URL, the server version, total user, total installations. So here it was very simple. This is why I made this tutorial. You can see here there is the object ID and score and player name that we made up at the same URL before here. So to make this thing work, you have to keep open the npm start on index.js of parse server example, And on the same time, on another terminal, you have to run also the parse dashboard config with config.json and allowing security to be 1 equal 1. And in the config.json, you will do as we said on the example above. So this was a quick tutorial about parse-server. I hope you enjoyed it, and most certainly I hope that you will create an account at DigitalOcean from my link that I will put it right here below. As you can see here, there is an also push notifications. Uh, exactly like we have it on the parse.com. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any question at all, just post a comment. Goodbye.